Good morning and Sai Ram to all. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and enjoying your online studies. In this video, we will start our biology syllabus. And our first chapter is Improvement in Food Resources. Improvement in Food Resources. Topics to be covered in this video are Introduction, about chapter, Sustainable Agriculture, Organic Farming, Types of Crop seasons. What topics? Introduction, Sustainable Agriculture, Organic Farming, Types of Crops and Crop season. So let us begin. Start with the introduction. See, the chapter name is Improvement in Food Resources. So first understand the meaning of resources. What do you mean by resource? Take one example. Here I am giving you information about your syllabus, about your studies. So here I am performing a role of resource. So for your study, right now I am the resource. Clear? So you can say in a very simple language, resource is anything which you provide something. Clear? So food resources means those things which provides you food. So here is a definition of food resources. Resources that are used as food or provide food for organism is known as food resources. Yes, there are two type of food resources. Number 1, plant. Number 2, animals. How many type of food resources are there? Two types of food resources are there. Number 1, plants, and number 2, animals. Now, plants are food resources for herbivorous and omnivorous. Herbivorous are those organisms which eats only plants. Clear? And omnivorous are those organisms which eats plants as well as animals. So, plants act as a food resources for both. Yes, for herbivorous as well as omnivorous. And animals act as a food resources for carnivorous as well as omnivorous. Yes, omnivorous depends on both things, plants as well as animals, but herbivorous depends only on plants and carnivorous depends only on animals. Clear? So once more I am reading the slide. Resources that are used as food or provides food for organisms are called food resources. Food resources, we obtain food from mainly two types of natural resources. There are two types of natural resources. What they are? They are plants and animals. Plants as food resources for herbivorous and plants serve as food resources for omnivorous also. And I told you, and animals are food resources for omnivorous as well as carnivorous. Clear? Now, why do we need food? Because in food there are lots of things present in it, and that thing is known as basically your carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals and vitamins. In one type of food, it is not compulsory that all types of mineral, vitamins, carbohydrates are present in it. That's why we eat different types of food, because for our proper growth, for our proper body growth, we need all types of materials like carbohydrate, fats, minerals, vitamins. If we will get in a proper amount, then and then only our body will grow in proper way. Otherwise, we have to face many problems. Clear? So why do we need food? We need food for our proper growth. Clear? And in food, what things are present? In foods, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals, vitamins are present. Clear? Now, we know that all living organisms need food. All living organisms need food. Food supplies, what food supplies we have already done right now, recently we have done, what it gives? Proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins and minerals. all of which we require for body development, growth and health. Both plants and animals are major source of food for us. We obtain most of this food from agriculture and animal husbandry. Agriculture, that means plants. Animal husbandry, that means from animal. We read in newspaper that efforts are always being made to improve production from agriculture and animal husbandry. That means we have taken lots of steps to improve the quality and improve the quantity of the food from both, from plants as well as from animal. Why is this necessary? Why we cannot make with the current level of production? Because day by day our population is increases. Clear? So what types of effort we are putting? We have listened that lots of revolution is going on. One is green revolution and one is white revolution. Efforts to meet the food demand by increasing food production have led to some success so far. We have had the green revolution, which considered or which contributed to increased food grain production, and we have also had the white revolution, which has led to better and more efficient use as well as availability of milk. Green means plants, white means milk. So green revolution has started for plants, for increase the quantity of plants, and white revolution is started for increase the better and more efficient use as well as availability of milk. Now, hence, there is a need for sustainable practice in agriculture and animal husbandry. Now, we will study sustainable practices and animal husbandry one by one. In this video, we will study only sustainable practices. So, let us start. What do we mean by sustainable agriculture? Sustainable agriculture can be defined as the adoption of various farming and production management techniques to maximize agriculture yield. So the meaning of sustainable agriculture is we have to adopt various farming techniques for what? For maximizing the agriculture yield. For maximizing the agriculture yield. And the practices are conserving natural resources, maintaining environmental balance, coping with changing human needs. They all are the practices which we have to implement. Clear? What do you mean by conserving natural resources? Conserving natural resources means no need to waste your natural resources. You have to conserve for future also. Clear? Maintaining environmental balance. You have to maintain environmental balance also. Clear? And coping with changing human needs. You have to change your agriculture according to the need of human. Clear? Whatever is in demanding, that you have to produce more. Clear? So our next slide is, in our next slide, we will study advantages of sustainable agriculture. Achieve the integration of natural biological cycles. Protects and reduce soil fertility and the natural resources base. Reduce the use of non-renewable resources and purchase production inputs. First is achieve the integration of natural biological cycle. We have to conserve our natural resources. We don't want to waste it. Okay. Second point is protects on reduce soil fertility. We have to protect our soil fertility also. If you will sow one type of food again and again, what will happen? The fertility of that particular soil will lose. So we have to consider that also. Clear? And the natural resource basis. We have to use reduce the use of non-renewable resources, because non-renewable sources means it will take lots of time to make it again. So we have to use it in a less amount, and purchase production inputs. Now, next point is provides an educated and dependable form of income. It provides you educated and dependable form of income. Promotes opportunity in family, farming and farm communities. This type of agriculture is giving you opportunity for the farmer's family. Clear? So, what is sustainable agriculture? Sustainable agriculture can be defined as the adoption of various farming and production management requires to maximize agriculture yield. Importance: achieve the integration of natural biological cycle, protects on reduce soil fertility and the natural resources base. Third, reduce the use of non-renewable resources and purchase production inputs. Fourth point is provides an uneducated and dependable form of income. And the last one, promotes opportunity in family, farming and farm communities. Now our next topic is organic farming. So, what do you mean by organic farming? In the practice, the raising crops. In practice, the raising crop which have not been polluted with use of manure, biofertilizer and biopesticides. That means in this type of farming, we will not use any type of chemical. Clear? We will not use any type of chemical. It is totally organic. It is totally natural. So, this type of farming is known as your organic farming. Instead, what is the benefit of this? It is a healthy cropping system that provides optimum nutrients to the plants and keep the pests as well as weeds under the control are used. In organic farming, there is no chemical use. So if there is no use of chemical, that means that type of food or that type of crop is healthy for our health. Clear? So that's why organic farming is good. Now next point is, in organic farming, there is a little or no use of chemical fertilizer, pesticide, herbicides. I told you this thing. I think this point is clear to you. And our next point is organic waste are recycled in the form of manure. Yes, organic waste are easily recycled and which we can use in the form of manure. Second, biofertilizer includes a nitrogen fixing organism and minerals solubilizing bacteria. What do you mean by biofertilizers? Biofertilizer basically includes your nitrogen fixing. That means nitrogen compounds we are using and mineral solubilizing bacteria. And biopesticides are organism which repels or kills weeds, insect and other pest such as your example is given to you. Okay, clear? So what are organic farming? The practice of raising crops which have not been polluted with the use of manure, biofertilizers and biopesticides. Second point is, in organic farming, there is a little or no use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides and herbicides. Now, the most important benefit of organic farming is the waste we can use as a manure after the recycling. Clear this thing? Okay. So now what is the advantages of organic farming? It prevents pollution of any component of our environment. Farm wastes are recycled. First, if there is no chemical, that means there is no pollution. Clear? The waste we can recycle it. The food obtained from organic farming are free from pesticides and toxic chemicals. Clear? Shall I read once more? First point is it prevents pollution of any component of our environment. Farm wastes are recycled. Third is the food obtained from organic farming are free from pesticides and toxic chemicals. Fourth point is organic farming maintains the soil health. Last one is the cropping system of organic farming keeps insects, pests and weeds under the check. Clear? After organic farming, health of soil will remain as it is because we are not using any type of chemical, and cropping system of organic farming kills the insect pest. Okay. Now next topic is types of crops. Crops are plants which are cultivated by humans for food, fodder, fiber, flowers, timber, etc. Okay, there are different types of crops. About 200 plants species which are cultivated for eating purpose. How many plants? There are more than 2000 plants species which are present today's environment and which we are cultivated for our eating purpose. Following parts of the plants are eaten as food. Number one is seed. Not all of plants are edible. Not all seeds of plants are edible. For example, large seeds such as Dorsoma lemon, apples and cherries. Okay, these type of seeds we cannot eat. Edible seeds are pulses, oil, seeds, nut, etc. These types of seeds we can eat. Okay, which type of seeds we cannot eat? Lemon seed, apple seed, cherry seed. These all are the poisonous. Okay, but we can eat the pulses, oil, nuts. These all are also the type of seeds and which we can eat easily. Clear? I am reading once more. Not all the seeds of plants are edible. For example, large seeds such those from a lemon, cherries, apples. And edible seeds includes pulses, oil seeds and nuts. Nuts means your dry foods. Clear? Now, cereals, they rich in source of carbohydrates. Now different types of seeds we are eating and all are rich in different things. For example, cereals are rich in a source of carbohydrates. Pulses are rich in a source of protein. Oil seeds are rich in fats and fatty acids. Nuts and dry fruits are rich in protein and fatty acids. Clear? Yes, first cereal is rich in carbohydrates, pulses are rich in proteins, oils are rich in fats and fatty acids, nuts and dry fruits are rich in proteins and fatty acids. Now next one is fruits. They include apple, orange, mango, banana, watermelon, etc. These all are the example of fruits. Essentially, fruits are ripened ovaries of plants and they are good source of proteins, roughage, carbohydrate, vitamins, minerals, etc. Clear? So what are fruits? Fruits are basically ripened ovaries of plants and they are good source of vitamins, minerals, roughage, proteins, carbohydrates and fats, etc. With this, I think fruit is clear to you. Next slide is vegetable. They are edible parts of the herbaceous plants. They are eaten in a raw or a cooked form. Example, your potato, carrot, papaya, they all are the example of vegetables which we can eat. Some we can eat raw or some we can eat by after the cooking. Raw like your carrot, radish, Okay, after cooking we can eat potato. Okay, these all are the example of your vegetables. So what are vegetables? They are the edible part of herbaceous plants. They are eaten raw or cooked form. Example, your sweet potato, papaya, turnip, cauliflower, ladyfinger, potato. These all are the example of your vegetable. Next slide is species. Species is certain parts of some plants, example leaves, stem, flower, fruits and seeds are used and enhanced for palatability of food. We are not eating for any purpose, just for the palatability, for the decoration. Okay, so these type of material is known as your spices. Example, chili, turmeric, black pepper, cumin, etc. They all are the example of spices. Now next one is fodder crops. They provide green fodder to the cattle. Example, your Sudan grasses, oats, they all are the example of fodder crops. That means the crops which we are given to the animals, basically for the cattle. Clear? Other crop plants also yield fiber, tobacco, tea, coffee, chocolate, peppermint, etc. They are the other types of crops. So we are done 6 type of crops. Number 1 seeds, number 2 fruits, number 3 vegetables, number 4 spices, number 5 fodder crops and number 6 other crops. I think all are clear to you. It is very simple chapter. You can just read and understand everything. You will understand everything. Now next is crop season. So different crop requires different climatic condition, temperature for their growth and maturity. Sunlight is required for photosynthesis. Clear? But I am saying that different crops require different climatic conditions, temperature for their proper growth and maturity. Sunlight is required for photosynthesis, and the process of manufacturing food by green plants is known as your photosynthesis. Now, on this, in India, there are basically two main seasons of crop. One is Kharif and one is Rabi. Kharif and Rabi you have studied in 8th standard. So what is Kharif crops? Kharif, these crops grow during the rainy season. These crops grow during the rainy season. That means in the month of June to October. And they are also called as a summer crops. They are also called as a summer season crops. Example, brinjal, ladyfinger, pumpkin, watermelon, muskmelon, mango, lychee, plum, peach, etc. They all are the example of Kharif crops. What are the Kharif crops? Crops which are grown in a rainy season, basically in the month of June to October. And they are also called summer season crops. They are also called summer season crops. So, example of these crops are pumpkin, brinjal, ladyfinger, garlic, etc. Now, after that, Rabi crops. These crops are grown in the month of November to April, and these crops are called as your winter crops. These crop is called as your winter crops. Example, cauliflower, carrot, radish, turnip, beans, apple, orange, etc. are the example of your Rabi crops. How many types of crops are there? 2 types. Crop season 2 types, Kharif season and Rabi season. Kharif means summer, Rabi means winter. In next slide, we will do difference between Kharif and Rabi crops. Kharif crops are the crops which are sown at the beginning of the rainy season. Example, between April and May. Rabi crops are the crops that are sown at the end of monsoon or at the beginning of winter season. Example, between September and October. These crops are known as monsoon crops and these are known as your winter or spring crops. These crops depend on the rainfall patterns because they are monsoon, and these are not affected by the rainfall. Example: jowar, maize, rice, cotton. Example: peas, wheat, gram, barley. It requires lot of water and hot weather to grow, and it's required warm climate for the seed germination and cold climate for the growth of crops. Flowering requires longer. I think this is clear to you. So with this, our topic is finished. Now we will continue this chapter in next video. Until, thank you. Enjoy your studies. Stay at home. Keep safe.